If you happen to be watching this from YouTube or Rumble, welcome to the Digital Marketing Warrior video channel, the place to come to be inspired in creating your wealth. In today's video, in this particular video of Aweber Tutorial 2021, I'm going to be going over how to use tag automations in your emails. If this is something that you've been struggling with when you're doing your email marketing, this is a tutorial that you'll want to watch all the way through until the very end. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and Rumble so that you don't miss out when I roll out some new content. So right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and share my screen right over here, and we'll get this tutorial started. So let me go ahead and do that right now. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's log into the Aweber back office. Dismiss that. Okay. So when it comes to setting up tag automations, they can be very useful for automatically subscribing your subscriber to whichever list that you want your subscriber to be subscribed to, rather than having to do it manually. But this was a question that I got asked from somebody that does email marketing, was how to do tag automations. Well, what you go ahead and you do right over here is, let me just make sure that I stop sharing my video so that you can only see the screen. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to go ahead, before you even start making the tag automations, is you got to create a list first. So how do you do that? So if you're brand new and you don't have a list created, create a list. It's not that hard to do. All you have to do is just go over to where it says list. Oops. There we go. All you have to go to is where it says list and click on that arrow where my mouse is hovering right over here. As you can see, I have many different lists set up. What you want to do is you want to click on create new list. Name it whichever way that you want to, and just write up a short description about what kinds of emails you're going to be sending to that particular list. So be sure to do that first before you think about doing the tag automations. Otherwise, if you don't do that, tag automations is simply not going to work. So be sure the first thing that you got to do is create your list in your autoresponder. Now that you got that taken care of, what's the next step? So the next step is sending it out in an email. So this is the part that you'll want to pay close attention to. So get this. Where it says messages, click on that drop down arrow, go to drafts. Now for this example, we're going to use an email that I've already written out, and we're just going to pretend to send it out to my list. Now, you'll want to make sure, obviously, that you have your email written out beforehand in order for this to work. So what you want to do over here is you want to click on where it says schedule, click that button, and you'll see where there's all these different options that you have. So for this one where it says, do you want to share this message? Leave this as is. Who should receive this message? If you're emailing to this particular list to be receiving this email, then just leave that as is. Send to segment active subscribers. If you're sending emails to this particular list, leave this as is. If you want to send it to our particular segment, this is what you do. You want to go to where it says edit, and then see where it says send to subscribers in this segment. I'm going to go ahead and just magnify that. You want to go ahead and click on the drop down arrow where it says active subscribers, and just select the segment list that you want to send the email out to. Let's just say for this example, this is the email that we want to send out to this list. So we're going to leave it alone. When should this email be sent? This is pretty self-explanatory. Just schedule out whatever day, whatever time that you want to send this email to. And here's the part that you want to pay attention to. Do you want tag automations? Click where it says edit. And this is where the name of the list comes in. You have to make sure that when you're adding tags into your emails for whenever a subscriber clicks on a certain link or whenever they open a message for that matter, because you can do open automations as well, you got to make sure that the name and the way that you named that list is exact. It doesn't matter if it's capitalized or not, but if you have, say, special characters, comma in one of the words, it has to be exact. The list name needs to be exact, otherwise the tags simply won't work. Very important point. So what you want to do is, let's say I want to add tag automations to these links right over here. So one goes to one of the offers that I'm currently marketing right now, and then another goes to my Facebook group. So let's say I want to add tag automations for if a subscriber were to click on one of these links. So this is what I would do. I would go to add the name of the list that I would want. So let's say for this example, we're going to put it to the clickers list. Now, as you can see, applying the tag Mark's Clickers List will also add subscribers to the following campaign, Mark's Clickers List. So that's the name of that list that I want my email subscriber to be subscribed to if they click on this link. Now we're going to do the same thing for this other link as well. And here's also the most important part of these tag automations. You got to make sure also that when a subscriber clicks on your link and they go subscribed onto that particular list that you want them to be subscribed to, you got to make sure also that you remove the tags from which the subscriber previously came from. So in other words, if you want them to be subscribed to this list, you got to remove them from the current list. So how do you do that? See where it says then remove these tags? What you want to do is you want to put the name of the list that they're on. So let's say, for example, we're going to just put Mark's broadcast list, because that's the list, the name of the list that these email subscribers are currently subscribed to, that I'm sending this email out to. And you do the same for this one. And then make sure that when you have this all said and done, you got to make sure that you click apply. Because otherwise, if you just click, well, you can't do it anyways, but if you don't click apply, it's not going to apply these tags. So make sure that after you add these tags, you got to click the blue apply button. Click that, and then you're good to go. So to recap, this is what you want to do. You want to make sure that you create, let me go ahead and let me stop sharing screen over here so I can talk to you. Okay, so what you want to do is, first of all, you got to create the name of your list. It's very important, otherwise the tag automations simply won't work. So create the name of your list. Then what you want to do from there is you want to write out your email like you normally do. And when you finish writing your email, you'll want to add tag automations just like I showed you just a moment ago. In fact, let me go ahead and share that again so that you can go ahead and get a good idea of what I am talking about. So when you write out your emails, you want to make sure that you click on schedule. Now, as I mentioned a moment ago, just leave all this as is. Don't worry about this. The one thing that you'll want to pay close attention to is, do you want tag automations? Make sure that you click edit. And then it's important that the name of your list, the way that you named it, it has to exactly match the name of that list. that you're adding the tags to. Otherwise, the tags simply won't work. So for this one, we did Mark's Clickers list. Make sure to add that tag automation. And then you also want to unsubscribe your email subscriber from the current list that you're sending the email out to. So for instance, Mark's broadcast list. This is so that when the email subscriber clicks on your link, this is so that not only do they get moved to the list that you want them to be on, but it also automatically unsubscribes them from the current list in which they received your email in the first place. This saves a lot of trouble from having to do it manually. So I trust you got a ton of value out of this video. And don't forget to check out the links below in the video description for some marketing resources that I believe you'll find very valuable. With that said, this is Mark Castillo, aka the Digital Marketing Warrior. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching this tutorial video today. Have an amazing day wherever you may be, whatever time that you're watching this from. I'll see you on the next video very soon. Take care.